Football Manager players, I have 3 tactical tips that you can apply in your games to make sure you're not conceding late goals and dropping points. The first one is quite simple. If you're playing with wingers, go to their player instructions and where it says trigger press, drop it down to less often so they're not getting dragged out of position and they help out your fullbacks a lot more. Do that on both sides and that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is your fullbacks. First of all, if they're playing in any role other than fullback, change them to fullback support. You can go fullback defend, but in my opinion, it's too defensive. Fullback support is a perfect role because not only that, it also opens up this little role here, hold position. It requires players to largely remain in their assigned position and rarely deviate from it. Again, like tip number 1 with your wide men, you want your fullbacks to stay in position and not venture too far, and that way you're not going to concede as many chances or space. So you click that, and then another one is the trigger press for the fullbacks as well. You want left backs, right backs, and wide midfielders to lock down the wings. So you want them to play down the centre, which is more dangerous to do, and that way there's more counter-attacking opportunities. And the third tip that seems very, very obvious, but it's something I'm going to explain anyway. First of all, we want time wasting up, but we don't want to go right to the end. That's too much time wasting. You'll get stupid yellow cards, potentially second yellow cards. You don't want to concede too much time at the end of the game, because if the other team's better than you especially, you're going to concede some chances. The other thing as well is play for set pieces. That way your players will go to the corners more and try and get more set pieces, maybe even a couple more dives or simulations. I know that's not in the best interest ethically, but doesn't matter, we want the points. The other thing that we do not want to do is take tempo all the way down to lower. We don't want it very low or lower unless we're a very, very good team, because otherwise you're going to get caught on the ball in weird positions, and you don't want that. You don't want it higher either. You don't want to be losing possession stupidly, but you don't need to change it too much. Player instructions are very, very good for seeing out wins. If you change your entire tactic in the last 10 minutes, that means your players will not know the tactic. Too many changes to the team instructions lowers the tactical familiarity a lot, which means your players don't know how to use these new tactics because they've not used them before. So making small, subtle changes, especially player instructions, is the way to go if you don't want to concede too many late goals. Give them a try, let me know how you get on. I think you'll do quite well. Leave a follow on the channel for more Football Manager tactical tips.